So Blues about to make their pick here.
He had a last-minute phone call, according to David Pignon.
Yeah.
And he's still going to make the pick. So didn't hear what he wanted to hear, I guess.
I guess not, but you wonder whether Simashev and Danielson were their guys, and both of them gone here in the top 10. Maybe you're a little more inclined to trade down to Buffalo or Nashville. Buffalo at 13, Nashville at 15. Funny thing is, after St. Louis makes this pick, 3 of Dvorsky, Benson, Moore, and Willander are all going to be there for the Canucks.
No,
so
good talent.
Langley, Zach Benson, if he's not taken here, big two-way centerman, and Dvorsky, who's already sliding a little bit. Moore sliding a little bit too. Best skater in the draft, although some people don't think he'll play center in the league. Who's St. Louis taking here?
Alvin spotted on the phone as well, talking with the Sabres. So the education of who the Blues take might be a guiding hand here.
All right.
Dvorsky goes at 10.
Yeah. Dalibor Dvorsky, the big Slovak centerman. And, right, so the choice now for the Canucks is the local kid, Zach Benson from Langley. Can he play center? He's awfully small. I mean, Elite Prospects has Benson as the best available at number 5 overall. They got Moore at 8th overall. So they would be the best value here, and best value by a mile according to Elite Prospects. Now, we think the Canucks are much higher on Willander than most everybody else is.
I mean, you can make the assertion that in terms of just flat-out offense, it went Bedard, Mishkov, and Benson. You could make that argument on flat-out offense.
Yep. Now, if in fact Simashev and Danielson were their guys, and Willander is smokescreen, and they're not interested in the winger, Benson, I wonder about Matthew Wood, the British Columbian. They interviewed him a second time this week. They interviewed Danielson and Wood a second time this week in Nashville after interviewing both of them on during the scouting combine a couple weeks back in Buffalo. Mind if I get going?
By all means.
I mean, it's the draft. You should have a beer, right? Am I allowed one?
Too bad you can't have draft.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Okay, so tell me, who do you think it's going to be?
Gosh, I don't think they go with the size of Benson. I think it scares them off enough.
I agree. I would bet Willander here, but I mean, have they been smoke screening everybody? Is it actually Axel Sandin Pellikka, the Swedish defenseman that everyone says reminds them of Quinn Hughes? That would be the great ruse here, right?
I'm going to
There
go.
was very little smoke about him. They were all over, attached to all 3 other defensemen, and then they take the guy that nobody expects.
I'm going to go Oliver Moore, a guy that potentially can play down the middle.
Well, they can use skating, that's for dang sure. Yeah. Can he play down the middle? It's a question. You also, Moore is, I mean, everyone here is a year away.
It's too bad. I mean, like, honestly, when you look at this draft now, Dalibor Dvorsky as a centerman for the Canucks would have been just perfect.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
they are one pick away from being able to get him. Remember all those wins in March?
Yep.
Remember that? That just prevented the Canucks from maybe getting Dalibor Dvorsky. Oh, yeah. Well, having their pick of any of the top centers, although they might have been saved a little bit with Nate Danielson's choice there, because I don't know that Nate Danielson's top end is top end enough for me for a top 10 center.
But I do wonder whether there are some hearts that have fallen around that Canucks draft table if they figured, okay, we like Simashev and Danielson as much or more than everybody. One of those 2 guys will be there at 11, and lo and behold, both of them are gone. And in the top 9, no less. I mean, Cam Robinson, our draft insider from Elite Prospects, he said he wouldn't even consider Danielson at 11. He just thought there was not quite enough upside there, offensive ceiling.
And we see some chitter chatter between Alvin and
Alvin and
here.
Rutherford are chit chatting here, and
70 seconds to go for the Canucks. Well, a jersey's been handed and a hat. It looks like they're making it.
And Alvin is in a very unique shade of blue suit, kind of Trey Kroner colors. I went Swede last year, right? Now let's look at the draft contingent. Okay, good. Emily and Cammie are going amongst the.
They're activating.
Yeah, well,
pick is coming.
Last year was Michael Doyle's kid. Last year there was a fair bit of grumbling about who was invited onto the stage by the Canucks. I know the scouting community thought, hey, bring the people up there who helped contribute to the pick, not nepotism. Not even a suit for Alvin, just a
sports coat. Yeah,
sports coat. Who's going to speak for him? Patrick?
Patrick's been doing so well.
It was Patrick last year.
I think he speaks. Does he hand off last second to Emily or Cammie to make the pick? I wonder.
To Todd Harvey, the director of amateur scouting. So,
it will be.
Alvin talking.
Patrick starting at the very least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tom Willander.
Straight to the pick.
Yeah, straight to the pick. No congratulating of the Stanley Cup champion.
Didn't go through the rundown.
No thanking the hosts from Nashville. No congratulating David Poyle on a 40-year general managerial career. Nor any shout-outs to the draft party happening back at fill in the blank.
Tom Willander,
a right shot defenseman from Sweden who had a lot of helium late in the draft process, was moving up some charts. He becomes their pick. And look, if there's a knock here, it's that there's nothing spectacular about him. He's not particularly big. He's not particularly fast. He's not particularly offensively gifted. He just seemingly does everything well and as that elusive right side defenseman.
Good skater. Yeah. We're going to find out a lot more about him after he attends Boston University and plays against predominantly North American players.
Mm-hmm. Which is an odd choice path for a Swedish prospect. They typically stay there and then come on over and play in the American Hockey League.
That's going to hit differently, though, than what he's used to.
Oh, for sure. And the Swedish defenseman, as scouts will always tell you, there is a bigger adjustment for the European and the Swedish defenseman coming from the bigger ice. He says his role model is Miro Heiskanen in Dallas, whose transition went beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, he's going to have that transition like everyone else, but he's going to get it underway at the NCAAs.
But maybe in 2 years' time, maybe in 3 years' time, do you have Roenick and Willander down the right side?
You got to re-sign Roenick, but I would suspect that that's what they're looking at, and that's what they're plotting over the next several years.
Safe-ish pick.
Well, safe-ish pick, and I think, the non-believers are going to look at it and go, this could be Ole Levy, because you're talking about a guy who isn't, the biggest, isn't the fastest, isn't the meanest, is more a jack of all trades, master of none.
And the big second guessing is going to be watching Zach Benson's offensive numbers and wondering, should that have been in blue and green?
All right. Thanks for watching on YouTube. Reminder, if you haven't already, hey, comment, like, follow us. And maybe if we get enough of you, Blake will shotgun that yellow dog, huh?
No.
No? Cheers, at least? Cheers. Okay, cheers. Happy hour on Sekeres and Price. Today's beer of the day, Yellow Dog's Chase My Tail Pale Ale.